Let's talk about fitness. Maybe you've gotten into fitness recently and you're wondering, what should I expect in the future? Or maybe you haven't gotten into fitness, but you want to. We'll talk about a few things. Maybe this will help you. We're going to break fitness down into 4 main ideas that you need to be thinking about on your fitness journey. Number 1 is be patient. Number 2 is plan. Number 3 is fitness and its value. And number 4 is what to expect. When it comes to being patient, which is point number 1, you got to know nothing happens overnight. It's easy to look online and see pictures of people who have made these year transformations and think that, okay, I can do that too. And you can do more than that, but it may take longer than you anticipate. When it comes to being patient, if you're not patient, you'll get discouraged. When you're going to start with your fitness journey, make sure that you're not being too ambitious with the timeline, because these things do take time and you can't get where someone else has gotten. You can't get there in a year and them have gotten there in 10 years because that's not how your body works. Be patient. It's very important. You'll feel the ups and downs. You're going to go through times where you're encouraged, times where it's kind of low. The key is keep your routine. Just stay at it. Anybody that stays at a task or a job or fitness for a very long time ends up being very good at it, usually, okay? Just stay at it. You're going to have times where you step on the scale and you're discouraged, and you're going to have times where you step on the scale and you're like, yes. Remember that water weight fluctuates like 2 to 4 pounds, and these things will make you feel highs and lows, but keep your focus on the process. If you're executing your routine week in and week out, then you're winning. Don't worry about the other results. That will also help you be patient. And you should have a plan to re-up whenever you fail. You say, what does that mean? Well, if you have a plan to go to the gym 4 times a week and then you miss an entire week altogether, before you start your fitness journey, before you make that initial plan of how much you're going to go, think about, what am I going to do when I fall off the wagon? When that week happens where I didn't go at all, how am I going to address that? Maybe for you, it's like, I'm just going to journal a few sentences and then I'm going to start back the next week. That's called an implementation intention. Peter Gallwitzer wrote about this, and then it's been published by guys like Charles Duhigg and James Clear. When this happens, I will do this. When I don't go to the gym for a week, I will start fresh on Monday. Maybe be a little more detailed than that, but you get the idea. Be patient. Have a plan for whenever you mess up. The second category is plan. Plan your goals. You can set short-term goals and you can also set long-term goals. And I've seen people set weight and strength goals that are a little bit different. A weight goal is like lose 5 pounds. And like in the short term, it'd be lose 5 pounds over the next month. And in the long term, it could be, I want to be 170 pounds. That's my end goal. Or for strength, there's a difference, because strength could be like, currently I bench 135 pounds, but long term, I want to bench 200 pounds. Those are different goals. But the point is, you need to have goals. You don't want to set too many of them, because it's going to be hard to be a professional bodybuilder and also a triathlete at the same time. You need to pick one. And if you haven't been into fitness, just pick a weight goal and go for it. I have seen a lot of people who are really struggling in the fitness area, and then they set like a bench or like a powerlifting goal. You can do that, but you just got to remember, like long term, you want to be healthy, okay? Fitness is a means to an end. Fitness is not so that you can be looked at a certain way. If it is, then that's the wrong perspective to have, because that tends to lead to more insecurity and an unhealthy mindset in a lot of ways. Fitness is so that you can be a healthy person, and it's a means to an end of being able to have the energy that you need to be able to do the hobbies you want to do or spend time with your family, whatever it is. But plan your goals, plan your routine. Now, I said goals first because you need to know where you're going in order to plan the routine. If you want to have a certain bench max, then you're going to have a different routine than somebody who wants to be a certain weight. So know the goal that you want to set and then plan the routine. I wrote down a couple of people. You can go on YouTube and find these guys. Jeff Nippard is one. He does a lot of science-based journals with his fitness advice. Jeff Cavalier at Athlete X does a lot of being very athletic in your working out. And then Julian Smith is another name you can look up. He's the quad guy on the bodybuilding channels. Back in the day, he's not that anymore. He's got his own arms race company. But Julian Smith is more of the bodybuilding type. And those are all dudes. So if you're a female, my wife really likes this lady called Natasha Ocean. So you can look her up. But these people, they put out their routines and you can just follow what they do. You don't have to know all the science behind it. Just follow their routine, set your goal, and stick with it. And remember, you win when you follow the process, because that's getting you towards your end goal. So the last thing I wrote down is plan the process, how many times a week and how long, and then reflect. Don't hold yourself to 5 times a week for 2 hours, because that may not be sustainable for you. Put a certain amount of time down and then reflect on that after a week. Was this too much, too little? Because you want to do something that's sustainable. So be patient, plan. And the third area that you need to know is how valuable fitness is. I hear people all the time say things like, I don't have time to fill in the blank, and it's like a health thing. Okay, here's the deal. You don't have time not to be healthy, because number one, if you're not healthy, you're shortening your lifespan. That's the first thing. And it's not just you. You're also hurting your family, because you can't be healthy and be there for the people around you. And you can't tell me that if you can't walk without being out of breath, and you can't talk without being out of breath, you can't tell me that is not completely hindering the way that you're able to lead people when it comes to being a Christian influence. Fitness is very valuable. You don't have to do bodybuilding, but you do need to be healthy. I'm a Christian. I believe that God gave each one of us a body, and it's not ours. We are stewarding this body, and so it's important for you to take good care of this body, because it's God's, it's not yours. And when it comes to your fitness, it also influences your brain. You think better. You build the discipline. When you are focusing on being healthy, that discipline carries into other areas. Fitness reduces anxiety and depression. It also helps you be more creative. There's a book written a while ago about a guy who was a runner, and he talked about the science behind the creative ideas that you get when you're doing some kind of exercise. And I'd notice that all the time. I'll get video ideas, or I'll get sermon ideas, all this kind of stuff whenever I'm moving around doing stuff. And fitness also helps you sleep better. So know fitness is value. And if somebody says that they don't have time to be healthy, that's completely wrong. They don't prioritize the time to be healthy. So the fourth point is what to expect. You're like, Michael, I want to get into fitness. I'm going to get started. What do I need to know? Well, first of all, you need to know there's this thing called soreness that's going to happen. When you do something like the bench press, if you've never done it before, or you go and you squat and you've never done it before, there's a high chance that you're going to be very sore the next day. That's also a reason to not push super hard the first time you go. If you're going to do the bodybuilding side of fitness, don't push yourself to complete exhaustion the first time that you go. And you can if you want, but you'll see what I'm talking about whenever you finish and you wake up the next day. You're going to be sore. That's okay. You're going to experience a lack of motivation at certain times. In those moments, remember, you win when you follow your routine. Whatever you said that you were going to do throughout the week and you evaluated and tweaked, that is the win. Not the end goal. The end goal is not the win. The win is the process. This will completely free you from the discouragement that might come from being a few pounds over than what you thought because of your water weight. Stick with it for a while. Also, your body does this thing called emergency mode. Whenever you really start losing weight, your body recognizes that, and God's designed our bodies to be able to go without food for a season, and your body holds on to all the fat cells. So if you are losing weight, you got to know that you're going to lose weight for a while, and then you're going to plateau and kind of spike up, and then lose weight a while, and then plateau and spike up. That's been my experience throughout the weight loss process. That might be helpful to you. You're not necessarily doing something wrong if you weigh the same that you did 2 weeks ago. Your body could just be having more of a water retention, or a quick weight spike because it's in emergency mode. It's trying to hold on to any last piece of nutrients that it can get. And things that take time to develop take time to unravel. So if you've been living an unhealthy lifestyle for a while, it's going to take some time before you get to that healthy lifestyle. And it takes work, but it's so worth it. Also, remember, when it comes to what to expect, this will help you later in life. Your insurance is going to be cheaper. Your medical bills are likely not going to be the same if you're a healthier individual. One study revealed that older people who exercise 30 minutes a day save $2,500 a year average in their medical insurance, and also a few months of not seeing progress as you expected that can take place. I don't know about a few months, but a few weeks for sure, and maybe being discouraged different days. Remember, stick to the process. And guys, the last thing when it comes to what to expect is after you begin seeing the process, seeing things work, you will get more motivated. It's like rolling a snowball. If you are starting to roll a snowball, the snowball is really small and there's no momentum. But if you push that snowball down the hill, over time it gets bigger and bigger, and you'll see a lot of people that get into fitness become completely consumed by it. Okay, don't go to that extreme. You can worship your body and it can completely be your idol, causing you to focus on all the wrong things. Don't do that, but also don't be on the side where it's like, oh, I don't have time for fitness, because you do, and you need to make time for it, or you're gonna lose time on your lifespan. So make sure that you have some kind of a fitness process. And when it comes to fitness, what we talked about was be patient, plan, know that it is very valuable for you to be healthy and it honors God. And also, fourth, remember what to expect. Guys, I hope this was helpful. Drop a comment in the section. Maybe we can expand on one of these concepts, and we'll see you in the next one.